Good morning. Happy New Year. First meeting of the new year, Lorain County Board of Commissioners. Let us commence with the pledge to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Commissioner Riddell.
Here.
Commissioner Moore.
Here.
Commissioner Gallagher.
Here.
We have a quorum. Under resolutions, number 1, elect the president of the board for the year 2026.
I move we elect David Moore, President of the Board for 2026.
Second.
Discussion.
You know, last year you didn't show up and you got the job, so that's why.
And I didn't want it at the time.
Yeah. Well, thanks, guys.
Commissioner Riddell.
Aye.
Commissioner Moore. Commissioner Gallagher.
Aye.
Commissioner Moore.
Aye.
Okay. Number 2, elect the vice president of the board for the year 2026.
I move to elect Commissioner Gallagher as Vice President of the Board for 2026.
And I'll second.
Discussion. Commissioner Riddell.
Aye.
Commissioner Moore.
Aye.
Commissioner Gallagher.
Aye.
Okay. Number 3, adopt Robert Rules 12th edition as parliamentary procedures and comment forms to be followed at all board meetings for the year 2026.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion.
Yeah, the only discussion we have is that we have made, for those that aren't here but might be coming, we've made a little bit of a change to the form for public comment. We've asked to share the email address. We've taken notes over the last year on items that have a little diversity of opinion. We've tried to get back to people, but not everybody puts down their phone number and their email, and plus you can't reach people when they're at work and stuff. So we would prefer to collect the email address, and we would be happy to answer some of the questions that are brought up in public comment. So that's the only change to the public comment form.
Anything further? Commissioner Moore.
Aye.
Commissioner Gallagher.
Aye.
Commissioner Riddell.
Aye.
Number
Yeah,
4,
well,
investment.
before you move on to investments, if we can take a look at, usually when you speak regarding meetings at 10 o'clock today, there's a data board meeting, and as the president of the board, I'm on that meeting, and since that meeting's in 25 minutes, what I'd like to do is go to item number 13 right now, and if you could read item number 13, I'd appreciate it.
Number 13, appoint the president and/or alternate to 1, Data Processing Board, President Moore and alternate. Board of Revisions, President Moore and alternates. Health Department, President Moore and alternate commissioner. Solid Waste Policy Committee, President Moore and alternate commissioner. And Keep Lorain County Beautiful, President and alternate commissioner.
Okay, do you need the names on the alternates right now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, then on the data board, I'd like to have added to that resolution Todd Sharkey. Is he here today, Jeff?
He is here.
Is he? Okay. He's going to go? Okay, so I want to add Todd Sharkey to that.
As your alternate.
Yeah, my alternate.
Okay.
But as a board of revisions, what I'd like to do is wait until Friday for that, because I think we have a system in place for our alternate, don't we?
You just
They're
sent
organizing today as well.
Okay.
An hour after the data board, they're organizing, so are you?
Do we want to continue to keep our system that we have in place where we have realtors involved?
Yes.
Do we have to add that to this resolution, or?
No, you just send the letter down to the Board of Revisions listing those people.
Okay,
That's all you do.
okay.
Yeah,
Now,
what we could do is reach out to the people who served last year. We've already had 2 phone calls asking if there is going to be a board of revision, they'd like to continue to serve. So that's
okay.
encouraging. The system worked both for the realtors who brought real-world knowledge to the board of revision, as well as we had many compliments from the public that whether they won or lost their case, they felt that somebody was there that knew about real estate and listened to them.
right, right. Okay, and Health Department Board is an alternate commissioner we need for all 3. Is there any preference for either one of you to be on any of these as alternate commissioners?
I would like solid waste.
Okay,
And Lorain County, beautiful, obviously.
okay,
And I would serve as your alternate then for Health Department.
okay.
Okay,
We have a
So we
slate.
good, we got a slate. Okay, are we in discussion mode still?
correct.
Yes.
Okay. In regards to the data board, that's been around for a long time. And we used to have a lot of fights in regards to that 25 years ago when I tried this before. I was talking to former Commissioner Tom Williams in regards to the data board because, they scheduled their meeting at 10 o'clock when our meeting starts at 9:30. But then I talked to Teresa, and I guess that's what the history's always been that way. So I was kind of complaining about it because there's a lot of internal disagreements going on between a couple elected officials in regards to moving this county forward in a protective manner to protect us from any breaches such as what happened last year. So Tom was telling me back when he was commissioner in 2011, he decided to submit a request to the data board for an engineering laptop with software which included computer-aided drafting for engineers. This is like $5,000 to $10,000 worth of equipment. And so I asked him, I said, what happened? He was just testing it out. And he said, they approved it. And he says, but I didn't move forward with it because I wanted to ask him, are you guys aware that this is for engineering? It has nothing to do with the needs. And they informed him that they said, well, you're an elected official, so if you want it, we just vote for it. And so hopefully Todd Sharkey, when he goes down there, we're going to find out what's going on and what the purpose is. I think I'd like to dive in a little bit more on this data board because I just don't know if it's as effective as it should be, or maybe if it's, I think, something that was set up by statute. We don't know. But I will be digging a little bit more on this because we need to be organized as a county. We need to have everybody under one umbrella for protection of not only the employees here, but also for the public and their personal information. So this is something I think we'll continue to look at, and I appreciate us doing this right away so we can at least have some representation at the data board at 10 o'clock. Could be nothing, but we just want to be prepared here. So, thank you. I thought okay, so I guess we need to make okay, I thought, I'd asked you if we were in discussion.
Well, you guys were in discussion,
okay, well, I'll make a motion to support item 13 with everything that we discussed. How's that? Because I'm not going to reread all the alternates and everything. so.
Second.
Any further discussion? Commissioner Moore,
Aye.
Commissioner Riddell,
Aye.
Commissioner Gallagher.
Aye.
Okay, Mr. County Administrator, do you think that Todd knows to go?
Yes.
Okay. Is he okay I think he's okay by himself, right? Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Number 4, investments.
Move to approve.
Second.
Discussion. Commissioner Gallagher,
Aye.
Commissioner Moore,
Aye.
Commissioner Riddell.
Aye.
Number 5, appropriations, none. Number 6, transfers, none. Number 7, advances, repayments, none. Number 8, requisitions, none. Number 9, travel, none. And number 10, bills, none. Number 11, county commissioners may recess an executive session to consider the appointment, employment, dismissal, discipline, promotion, demotion, or compensation of a public employee or official, along with any other matters as specifically identified by motion in accordance with the Ohio Revised Code 121.22G1 through 8. Unless expressly stated otherwise, during executive session, matters discussed in executive session are designated as confidential. Because of the confidentiality of such matters is necessary for the proper conduct of government business, any disclosure outside of executive session is prohibited by Ohio Revised Code 102.03B. While in executive session, the county commissioners may discuss and deliberate at the matters at issue, but no votes may be taken until open session resumes.
Yeah, we'll be going into executive session today.
Yes, we will. For reasons that you will see as we go through the agenda.
B, public comment on agenda items.
Okay, for the new year, public comment. We'll commence with Jared Smith.
If I can hold off until the appropriate.
Okay. Do you want to speak on our new business when we do that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Secondly, Brian Baker, agenda item number 3.
Good morning, Commissioners. Brian Baker, 49822 Greystone Drive, Brown Elm Township. First of all, Happy New Year to everyone. Secondly, as I see you adopted Robert's Rules of Order under number 3, I would hope that we would follow Robert's Rules of Order, and we wouldn't do what you just said, Commissioner Moore, is we follow these past practices that we did, and we think those are the Robert's Rules of Order. Robert's Rules of Order is very spelled out what you're supposed to do, and sometimes I think we don't follow them as well up here as we should. So thank you for your time.
Thank you.
And Jeff, just so you know, I did sign up in the other public comment, and I know you
Yes.
told me you waited me out after the last meeting. I do apologize, but I did let Amy know to let Commissioner Moore know that I had a conflict of a meeting and I had to leave. So I did respect signing up and then not being able to speak, so.
And William Zimmerman, agenda item number 15.
Morning, Commissioners. My question about agenda item 15 has to do with whether or not this becomes a voting position if she fills in for Mr. Gallagher at a meeting. Does she have the right to make votes, or is it just in attendance to gather information? Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Zimmerman, if you would, in the future, would you give us your phone number and your email so that we can make this a two-way process? If you ask for something, like you just asked a question, we'd like to get you that answer, but we need a way to correspond with you.
Mr. Gallagher has all that information.
It would be nice if you would put it on the sheet, though, so that we can mark the sheet as having been serviced.
Thank you.
Is that it?
Old business.
Okay. Is there any old business? No?
Oh,
Board Business 12, setting Lorain County Board of Commissioners meeting minutes to a bi-weekly schedule starting Tuesday, January 27, 2026 at 3:30, and then Friday, January 30, 2026 at 9:30, and then the opposite Tuesday at 4:30 p.m. for Commissioners' public hearing meetings when necessary.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion.
yes. Does this mean does this prohibit us from having a meeting on Friday this week?
No,
Nope.
because it's already scheduled.
It was already scheduled.
last year, yeah.
Okay, very good, because I know Casey has some catching up he'd like to do on Friday.
Anything further?
No?
Commissioner Gallagher?
Aye.
Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
Number 14, authorize exemption as expenditures of $5,000 or less for prior certification requirements.
Move to approve.
Second.
Discussion. Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Gallagher?
Aye.
Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
15, appoint Ann Heschko as alternate member to Commissioner Marty Gallagher for Lorain County Planning Commission, effective January 12th to 26th through December 31st to 26th.
So moved?
Second.
Discussion.
And I think as an alternate, they do have the right to vote.
Yes, they do.
It depends on the board.
Yep, each board depends, but this one
Right.
here, you do have the ability.
Anything further? Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Gallagher?
Aye.
16, adjust salary of Lorain Municipal Court employees, which reflects the county's 2/5 share. 1, Vaughn Sprinkle, bailiff, effective retroactive to December 14th to 25 at a biweekly rate of $1,216.30. And 2, David M. Graves, magistrate, effective retroactive January 1st to 26 at a biweekly rate of $1,353.85.
Move to approve.
Second.
Discussion.
Yes, one of these items is as you'll notice, is we have a new municipal judge in the city of Lorain, and so we have some new staff members. So by law, we have to make a resolution to pay our 2/5 to a staff member that didn't exist before that. And under the topic of the things you have when you get old, Judge Linda Weber was my wife's least favorite babysitter for our 4 kids as they were growing up and she was going to college. She was too tough on them.
Anything further? Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Gallagher?
Aye.
Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
Under Emergency Management, 17, approve change order number 1 in the amount of $17,735 to Williams Brothers Builders, Inc. for additional work for Lorain County Office of Emergency Management Project. Per the requirements of the City of Elyria Fire Department, an upgrade to the current fire alarm system for the building and the Gateway Building will be paid from capital improvements account.
Move to approve.
Second?
Discussion. Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
Commissioner Gallagher?
Aye.
Job and Family Services, 18, consider and review the fact finder report for Job and Family Services, UAW Local 2192, serve 2025, MED 070701.
And this is a,
Do we want to wait until?
we
after?
will defer action on this item. We wanted to read it into the register, and yes, we do have a fact finder report concerning the negotiations at Jobs and Family Services. We have a deadline of this week to notify the fact finder whether we accept or reject that, so it'll be part of our agenda in
Exact.
executive session to get updated and review that. But we wanted the public to know in case they wanted to wait till we come out, but we will act on this today, but we need to have the due to the calendar, we were not able to have an executive session other than today prior to the deadline.
So we'll be voting on this when we come out of executive
We
session.
will be voting on this when we come out of executive session.
So do you want to just,
No, Stormwater Management, 19, authorize Stormwater Management District to apply for and utilize a credit card in the amount not to exceed 5,000 in accordance with the Ohio Revised Code 301.27 and Commissioner's Credit Card Policy for Don Romanchik.
move to approve?
Second.
Discussion. Mr. Moore?
Aye.
Mr. Gallagher?
Aye.
Commissioner Dell?
Aye.
Engineer, 20, award and enter in contract with Specialized Construction, Inc. of Cuyahoga Heights in the amount of $619,950.80 for the Chestnut Ridge Road resurfacing project in Eden Township. 11 bids were opened on December 9th, this being the most responsive complying with specifications. Work consists of resurfacing Chestnut Ridge Road from the City of Elyria Corporation Limit to the City of North Ridgeville Corporation Limit. Issue notice to proceed upon full execution of the contract. Authorizing work to begin upon authorization from Lorain County Engineers Office, and work to be completed by July 15th of 2026. ODOT will provide 8% of the construction costs for this project, and the remaining 20% will be provided by OPWC.
Move to approve?
Second.
Discussion.
Yes.
I don't know, Bob.
Bob, do you want to tell us? I didn't know there were 11 people in Lorain County that did asphalt, so there must be some other kind of work on this project.
No, Commissioner, usually on these resurfacing projects, this is the time of year where contractors are looking for work to line up for the summer season. So we try to get our resurfacing bid projects out as soon as possible.
Okay.
Lots of bids, and I love it.
If you wait, Commissioner, if you were to wait, like say in July and August, it would fall off because at that time, the contractors that do resurfacing are loaded up for the season.
And the OPWC money, the 20%?
Yep.
Yes,
No, where's that coming from?
that's Ohio Public Works. That's the grants that we apply for each
The
year.
grants, okay. So none of the money that, the title fees.
No, this one we did not have to.
Good.
Anything further? Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Gallagher?
Aye.
Commissioner Dell?
Aye.
21, approve a local balance due of $7,547.48 to Carvo Companies, Inc. for the Baumhart Road resurfacing project in Brownhelm Township. During construction, the impact alternator for southbound traffic at State Route 2 overpass was found to be in condition that required replacement, and ODOT agreed that this would be eligible for federal funding at 80% and will be paid from the engineer project account.
Move to approve?
Second.
Discussion. Mr. Moore?
Aye.
Mr. Gallagher?
Aye.
Mr. Riddell?
Aye.
County administrators.
What was that up?
I don't know which one works. Good morning, Commissioners. Hopefully this works. So, just a couple announcements, me and Lorain County Transit. So we have two sessions coming up. One is basically a town hall meeting, and that's for anybody who's interested in giving us some comments about Lorain County Transit and how we can improve the service. That's going to be held at the Transportation Center at 40 East Avenue here in Elyria on January 22nd from 5:30 p.m. till 6:30 p.m. Also, we're doing a special Employers Roundtable session at the Transportation Center. We're calling it Coffee and Conversation. So we're reaching out to employers that may see a need for public transportation to assist them in getting employees to the workplace. That's going to be held again at the Transportation Center, 40 East Avenue, Elyria, January 22nd, 8 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. That completes my portion of the administrator's report. Mr. Armbruster.
And to go to the Marks Towers, which we all assumed administratively, including MCM, that we would have the contracts back from the state of Ohio. But unfortunately, those contracts did not come in on Friday, and we're checking with them. The attorneys at the Attorney General's office obviously are not done reviewing them. We're hopeful to have those this week for possible passage by the commission this coming Friday.
Thank you.
That completes my report.
So today at 11 a.m. we'll have a TID meeting. Thursday, January 15th at 10 a.m. we'll have a land bank meeting. Friday, January 16th at 9:30 will be a commissioners meeting. Tuesday, January 20th at 4:30 will be stormwater, and Tuesday, January 27th at 11 will be our investment advisory committee. Board correspondence.
Move to waive the reading of the board correspondence.
Second?
Discussion.
Yes. Regards to item number 4 is what we already discussed. So we got the correspondence late for the data board meeting. We got it on January 7th. Or not January 7th, I'm sorry. I'm talking about item number 5. Now, what am I talking
No,
about? I gotta go
you're
back.
talking about number 9.
Where's it at? Oh, you know what? Okay, well, how come I don't have it here? Okay, well. Item number 9.
Item
Oh,
number
I
9.
circled it. There it is. Okay, I got it. Okay. On December 19th, when we passed our budget, the Court of Common Pleas, I guess they ordered their budget, but didn't tell anybody, and which is odd. So we got that on January 7th. So it seems that there's an additional $380,000 that is above and beyond what we approved. And based on Commissioner Riddell and I spoke briefly about that, saying, you know, with our relationships that we did have with some of the judges, that some of them were, I guess, not too aware, but they're going to keep the communication open, and we're going to start looking at maybe getting back to what they spent in 2025, since they didn't even spend all the money that they were allotted in 25. So there's some communication issues, I think. I just hope the judges don't think they have to order their budgets every year and continue to use the legal system instead of working with us. So, so we'll see how that works out. But the bottom line is, you know, we got that on January 7th, I believe.
Correct.
That we were told that they ordered it. But I've been told that there'll be some more conversations this week with the common pleas. I haven't heard anything else from the domestic relations. Unfortunately, it looks like that one's probably going to, we'll discuss some more of that, some of those legal issues today in executive session also, and how to move forward in regards to their court-ordered budget. So I just wanted to point that out in regards to our correspondence today. So,
Anything further? Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
Commissioner Moore?
aye.
Commissioner Gallagher?
Aye.
New business. Lake Erie Community Grant application to improve the water quality and quality of life for the residents of Brentwood Lake subdivision and the greater Black River watershed.
Okay,
So moved.
yeah, second?
Oh, wait a minute.
It's just,
We don't have to vote.
no, there's no
I didn't think
vote.
so.
No, this is
Okay.
just,
Discussion.
there's something you want to talk about?
Yeah, there's something I
Okay, there we
wanna
go.
talk
Yes.
Came to our attention in the county commissioner's office that there was a culvert out for, I'm just guessing from what information I've gotten, 15 to 16 years at Brentwood Lake. And there was roughly 270 homes that were affected by this culvert or bridge. And they came to us and they asked us if we could give them some help. So there was a new grant out there, and I'll refer this back to Don Romancic, but there's a new grant that was out there that we put some effort into, and Ohio Public Works got involved in it. We had to create support letters. We had Murray Ridge, OSU office, Carlisle Township, the road superintendent, Rumpke wrote a letter, Midview Schools, Carlisle Township, 68 signatures of residents, 66 letters of support from Brentwood Lake residents. We also had the trustees all knocking on doors. This was like an emergency rush grant. And Jeff, you want to talk about your part in there?
Yes, and so at the end of the day, this was a new grant program. So it was kind of, as Commissioner Gallagher said, it was kind of a rush deal to meet the deadline for application. But it's a new project, a new type of grant, and with the help of Kelly Dieters down in Columbus, as well as our own state reps from Lorain County, we were able to get things moving through. Even though there was a holiday and a break involved, we were able to get things moving through the legislature and get our grant reviewed, and we were glad to be notified. We don't have the paperwork yet, but we've been notified that we will receive the grant and we will be funded to do this project.
Don, would you like to give some comments on all this?
Thank you for the opportunity, Board. But first, Trustee Jared had requested to talk, and maybe it would be best if he kick off the discussion, and then I can follow up with cleaning up anything that might be unclear.
Sounds like a plan.
Jared, you're on
It'll
deck.
shorten my time to talk, so.
Yeah.
All right, thank you for
Morning,
giving me
sir.
the opportunity.
Good morning.
Morning. The project this grant will help fund is very important to Carlisle Township and vital for the safety of the residents of Brentwood Lake community. Once having resided in Brentwood Lake over 35 years ago, I can appreciate the gravity of the situation that's unfolded. As Commissioner Gallagher has explained, about 16 years ago or so, the culvert experienced structural damage and it was demolished. Brentwood Lake was an attraction and a destination for home buyers in central Lorain County during the 1960s and 70s. And the lake itself was drained because of the structural failure, leaving a lake bed of unwanted wildlife, pests, and pests began to inhabit. The limited access to the residents has increased EMS response time and up to 4 vital minutes for those residents on Waterfall, Brentview, Georgette, and the northern edge of Edgewood Drive. This has also created a possible scenario where if there was a motor vehicle accident at the intersection of Route 57 and Edgewood Drive, which is the only entrance into the community, Brentwood Lake residents would be totally cut off from emergency services. Not only does the 65-year-old community house a significant number of senior citizens, it also houses a group home for medically fragile, developmentally disabled residents. Additionally, the reestablishment of the Waterfall Drive roadway would decrease the amount of traffic on Edgewood, Lakewood, and Meadowbrook Drives piloted by the families with children. I've spoken to a number of residents about their concerns on my trek around the development. One resident told me of a situation one summer evening a couple of years ago where an accident occurred at Route 57 and 82 intersection that closed the intersection down. While riding his bicycle around the neighborhood that evening, he was stopped numerous times by motorists who asked how to get out, as they were redirected by their GPS devices into Brentwood Lake community and were driving around trying to find an alternative exit from the development, which there was none. The proposed project has tremendous support from the community with petitions, support letters from 60-plus residents, additional letters from Carlisle Township Fire, Road, Midview Schools, Lorain County Board of Development and Disabilities, Rumpke Trash and Recycling Services, and the Ohio State Extension Agency. Representatives Kelly Dieter and State Senator Nathan Manning have also provided support letters. The situation has been a major concern for the trustees for years, and we appreciate the support of Commissioner Gallagher and the board, his staff, the county stormwater director, Mr. Romancic, and the other county entities for their attention to this concern. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
Okay. So as you can hear, there were a lot of people involved. Believe it or not, I still have a couple of organizations that were involved after every all the ones that have already been named. So our Soil and Water Conservation District has been involved as well with supporting the effort. The Black River Area of Concern Advisory Committee, Lorain County Metro Parks. I'm sure the Lorain County engineer was added, but if not, special thanks to Bob and Sean, who were able to turn around a cost estimate that was needed to create the budget. I think they turned it around in a day, so much appreciated there. The project is roughly $1.6 million, and we were able to put this together. Realistically, writing the grant, we had about a month to go, but by the time we got all of our background and our support, it was about a 2-week push to be able to put all of this together to get it in. $750,000 of that would be coming from the Ohio Lake Erie Commission Community Grant, the new grant that was mentioned by Commissioner Riddell. The other $850,000, working with the engineer, we would be looking at programming Ohio Public Works Commission for a piece of that, and then the remainder would be local. Some of that would be our salary and fringes. We're already being paid. We'll be working on this. We're able to contribute that as recognized local match, as well as some stormwater funds. What you'd be getting for that $1.6 million is, of course, a culvert installation, reconstruction of the roadway, reconnecting the Brentwood neighborhood to State Route 57, as you've heard. Stream cleanup and restoration. There's still dam debris left within that the ditch, Alexander Ditch, that runs through the property. Enhancing connectivity and improving water quality, along with floodplain enhancement, invasive species treatment, and addressing inlets into the basin. Previously, a lot of the stormwater from that neighborhood would just go right into the lake. There's no lake there anymore, so now it's just being put into and eroding the banks and finding its own way to eventually get to the ditch. So we want to restore that, clean that up. And ultimately, when we are done, we can envision Lorain County Metro Parks taking this over and connecting it to a large parcel of land that they own just to the north and east. And the only landholder between this and the other Metro Park property, fortunately, is the Board of Commissioners. So I think we can find a way to have a connection made. And so at the end of the day, we'll end up with addressing a major safety problem. We'll also be enhancing our ability to continue to manage stormwater in a productive way that's creating additional group benefits and bringing another $750,000 of our money back to our community from Columbus. So with that, I'm open to any questions you may have, and I do want to give a special thank you to Commissioner Gallagher's assistant, Ann, who was literal Tasmanian devil and making sure everyone was moving in one direction. And without her, I don't think it would have been as strong an application as we were able to provide for you. So thank you to her as well.
Agreed. Did a great job. One of the things is our first conversation, usually a grant like this, you don't get awarded the first time around. And we were fortunate to get it. Nice work to everybody.
I think the only comment that I would like to add is that, again, being the second newest member of the board now, in the 3 years that I've been here, I've been very proud of our record of our administrative team, from the administrator and deputy administrator all the way down to the department heads. Our track record is complete. We have not kicked one can down the road that's been kicked to us. And despite the budget considerations and trying to see to it that we find a way to operate, we need to continue to find ways to, either through grants or other creative means, we need to keep doing these capital projects. And I think that this is a very symbolic project for the first of the year to start this year, because here's a 16, 18, 20-year can that's been kicked down the road and kicked down the road, and through a group effort, we finally found a way to make it happen. And my kudos to the entire administrative team that had a piece in this, because getting this stuff done is a team sport. It's not just the three commissioners.
Yep.
I have one more question on it, if I may. Don, what does it look like for this project, the start to and the finish dates on it? If you're,
Roughly, it would be a 3-year process that would incorporate procuring final design, getting that done, bidding out, and then with the, bringing in the OPWC money, we'll have to apply for that. So we would be eligible to sign a contract for the construction July 1 of 2027. And that gives us 18 months then to complete all of that construction as well. So it's that timing, though, that allows us to really leverage this money to its utmost.
So when you're looking at this, that means no work will be done till then? Because the key I was looking at is you have an opportunity here, because 16 years is a long time with a lot of growth. And when I heard you say that, that's going to be covered in the process, is that part of the, could that something they start doing this summer, or is that we're going to have to wait till 27?
We'll have to wait till 27 on the construction. We still need to get final design on that, so we're stretching it out a little bit, but only so that we can leverage that OPWC as well. Otherwise,
No, I get that, but I'm looking at,
now,
when you have man-made lakes like this, it's usually the debris that's left behind in a situation like this that's floating underwater, which, I've actually had somebody get hurt once skiing,
Okay.
and they hit a submerged log.
Now, the non-roadway related work,
I'm talking about the lake as it comes back.
the lake will not be coming back. We're installing a culvert.
Oh, you're not, it's
Yeah.
not coming back? Because that's what I heard from the residents, they wanted that lake back, I thought. Or
No, this
No?
is always, it's always been a culvert. I just want to
Oh,
make
really?
sure. Yes, please. Well, no, from the inception of this project that we're talking today.
If I could add to that, I have one of the residents that resides on Lakeview Drive with the lake in her backyard, who has been historically interested in the lake returning, has since informed us that she would not want the lake back.
Oh, really? Okay.
In that, because of the time that's happened since the lake has been drained until now, the ground has shifted around her house, and which she feels would become water problems for basements along that line.
Okay. Because that was some of the calls I got when we first got in here 5 years ago was, hey,
Yeah.
we want our lake back. And I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
Okay, so that's good to know then.
Very good.
Is there any other new business? No?
Oh, public comment.
Public comment?
Public comment, we have two people in this section. Brian Baker.
Good morning, Commissioners. Brian Baker, 49822 Greystone Drive, Brownhill Township. When I came the meeting, your last meeting you had, I put down on the comment sheet, I'd like to talk a little bit about economic development. I think when we talk about economic development, we need to make sure that our schools are good in this system. And a couple pieces that come up, I know we cut some amounts here, and I don't disagree with what you guys cut with the veterans and the elderly in the tax. But some of the schools here, you have to realize, they have only one means of getting dollars without grants. They have to use property tax. So when you cut a school by $1 million that they didn't know what was going to happen, and I know, Commissioner Moore, you just said the same thing about keeping open communications between you and the courts. It's got to be the same with the school districts. And so what I would say is, as we move down this avenue, if it happens again, please communicate with them. As you guys probably know, my daughter's on the Lorain School Board. They've lost over $6 million between the federal, the state, and what happened in the county just last year alone. Passed a renewal levy, which is not going to do really much for them. They're going to have to put a brand-new levy on to get more taxes. So I think we need to keep that communication open. The second point I make is, if anything comes here with a TIF in it, I would ask you to give allowable what you're allowed from the developers to pay the maximum amount. Because most of the time, developers try to get between 20 and 25%, and they're allowed to go up to 50%. And think about this on a housing development. You build 600 homes, you have the potential for 600 new students, and you only give them 25% of the dollars to educate those students. Doesn't make sense to me. On the other piece of economic development, I read an article in the paper yesterday, which was very concerning, on Nordson. Nordson's going to move 150 jobs to Westlake. And I think years ago, I was up here about a year and a half ago probably, I asked you when they moved all the manufacturing out, did anybody meet with Nordson to see what we could do to keep them here? I do have a concern in this one is they're moving to Westlake. I've worked in that building years ago when I was working in the field, but we have a person that works for the county that's also Westlake's president of their council. So is he working in our best interest in Lorain County, or is he working to make sure that he brings jobs to Westlake? That's very concerning. My last point I would bring up,
Wrap it up.
I don't know if you guys knew what happened at Ford, but over the weekend, I got a call from our guys. Ford's getting ready to mothball all the new work out there. They're going to lay off all the construction workers probably about the end of this month on January 24th. That's very concerning to me. The last time they mothballed a project was Lorain Ford, and they moved it out and they closed it down. I don't think that's going to happen in Avon Lake, but that's a lot of things that we need to talk about in the
Okay.
economy. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Brian.
Thanks, Brian.
William Zimmerman?
William Zimmerman, Avon Lake. Surprisingly, Brian and I are thinking along the same lines. Because we have Mr. Greenspan, who is the city council president in Westlake. And I believe there's a conflict of interest in his duties here as a special projects manager. I don't know if he has the best interests of Westlake at heart or of Lorain County. And so I'm concerned. I'd forgotten about the Nordson stuff and that it moved those jobs to Westlake recently. But the points I was going to make is I've now made an oral public records request, so I better understand his job to find out what these special projects are that he's worked on. And how is he benefiting the county of Lorain over the city of Westlake? Because ICP, who withdrew from the Midway Mall purchase, has gone on to purchase a property in Westlake. Again, another coincidence? Or is this steering? This is the guy who was the whistleblower on the first energy deal down in Columbus. I don't trust this man at all. If he did that down there, why wouldn't he do something less up here? Because we don't have $500 million deal going on around here. I think there needs to be some looking into whether or not this is a wise decision to have him on this committee.
Okay, thank you.
One
Thank you.
last thing, because
Okay.
my time's not up. I couldn't hear Mr. Armbruster from back in the room when he was talking about the contracts that he was having to be looked at. What were the contracts with, may I ask?
The state of Ohio,
What was the project?
Marks, radios, towers.
Thank you. That's exactly what I wanted.
Yep.
Just one comment. While we encourage people to make public comment, I would hope that as we go through 2026, that we clean the slate a little bit. And before we assassinate someone's character, let's do the public records request. Let's get the information so that we don't have to be dealing with trying to defend a whisper of something that may or may not even be true until you get the information. So I would hope that our public comment time would be spent addressing the facts, and before we raise an opinion, that we make it an educated opinion.
Well, when you're dealing with Facebook nowadays, that's where they're getting their facts.
Personally find it very disturbing that you get elected to a job like this and you make an opinion and you can't be trusted, but some anonymous poster to Facebook, that's automatically the truth.
Well, that's what we're dealing with today.
So let's keep everything respectful in our public comment part, and before we make an accusation, let's do the homework first, not say, well, I'm doing this homework because I think.
That's
So-
saying a lot right
Well
there.
put.
Because while Mr. Greenspan, you may have a concern with him, this board hired Mr. Greenspan, and we believe that when you make a comment against one of them, you make a comment against us as well. So you're questioning our integrity at hiring someone who may not have the interests of Lorain County at hand, and that would be a problem for this board.
But
So-
you know what? Because of his actions with First Energy, a lot of people went to jail, and I
Yeah.
think what I read yesterday, we're all supposed to be getting refunds. So
Yes.
that's pretty good.
And by the way,
It's-
I think when you're talking about somebody's character, taking the time to stand up and be a whistleblower is a good thing, not a bad thing.
Unless you're the guy getting thrown in jail.
Right.
So, I'd like to make a motion to go into executive session based on the clerk's reading of item number 11. I know that didn't flow, but that's my motion, so, as stated.
Second?
Discussion. Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
Commissioner Gallagher?
Aye.
And as
This is
indicated,
gonna
we
be
will
a-
be voting on this when we do return.
Item number
18.
18, I believe, will be
Yeah.
coming out, but it could be at least an hour and a half, I would say, so.
Okay.
Commissioners have reconvened from executive session.
Okay, could you read the resolution that we had on hold? I think it was number 18.
Job and Family Services, number 18, consideration and review of the fact finder report for Job and Family Services, UAW Local 2192, served 2025, MED 0707070701.
Okay.
So
So we,
moved.
well, no. Let's take a look at this. Now, the way it's worded, it doesn't say yes or no.
Right, we have to kind of redraft that resolution.
Yeah, so, let's see, I think it's best, we all three have our own opinions, I guess. I think I'd like why don't you state what you think? We should just go back to the,
I would make a motion to reject the fact finder's report,
I don't need it.
largely on the basis that I believe, looking at the information in there, that he quite didn't have a grasp of all the details of where the existing situation is in history, and I believe that this is best negotiated back at the bargaining table, and I would move that we head in that direction.
okay, I'll second that.
Discussion.
Yeah, and just to let everybody know, this is basically just keeps us at the table, and I believe,
Well, for those listening,
know.
the requirement is the fact finder issued the report, and he requires a response within a certain number of days.
yeah,
And because of the calendar and the holidays, the way they fell and stuff, we did not have a meeting, and today is the last meeting that we have prior to the deadline that he has issued for the report. So we are taking action today based on what we know today.
and I know the unions will be having their discussions, and they'll either accept or deny this also, I believe on Wednesday, is it? Is that what you're thinking, Chris?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it doesn't, if my correction is, it doesn't represent a contract, whether it's accepted or rejected.
Right.
It's just, it's a third party has issued an opinion, and I vote to reject that opinion.
Yeah,
Look forward to a swift resolution to this.
yeah.
Anything further? Commissioner Riddell.
Aye.
Commissioner Moore.
Aye.
Commissioner Gallagher.
Aye.
Okay, thank you, everybody. We are adjourned.
We are adjourned.